Hi, I'm Lee.
I'm Joe.
And we are the Rewinders, rewatching childhood movies to see if they still hold up. This time, we watched
Robocop.
Robocop. This is a Robocop theme.
Yeah, I like it. I also purposely did not do the correct theme, so that's...
There is a NES video game called Terminator versus Robocop.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
it's
didn't
any
bother
good.
with
No,
it.
no.
I think there were also like crossover comics all over the place too.
Constant crossover comics. I'm sure Robocop fought a predator or an alien,
Yes.
or even probably Ash from Evil Dead. Maybe
He also rode Artex out of the swamp.
Artex
Yeah.
out of the swamp. What's this? What?
Never mind.
Okay,
Moving on.
This is a big BZ movie.
BZ movie?
Never mind.
Is it going to make us Hulk out?
What? Okay, Robocop. Big childhood awakening movie for me of horror. 'Cause I saw this when I was 10 years old
Okay.
and had not seen anything like this. In my child brain, I considered this a horror movie because not action, gore, spectacular, and not understanding satire
Yeah.
and over-the-top things.
Mhm.
Because 10-year-old brain just saw, holy Jesus fucking Christ, everyone's getting blown away in this movie.
Is that what you said as a kid watching it?
I toned it down a little bit. It was way worse than that. A lot of memories for this movie. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a heavily rotated VHS in the house, specifically for when I picked movies to watch, and they tended to be by myself in the kitchen
Yes.
on the small TV that had a built-in VHS player. And I'd sit there and eat and drink and hang inside during the summer and watch Robocop or something else.
How old do you think you were when you saw this? Was it maybe around the same age?
Probably started a little bit younger up to that time.
Wow. Because I had nightmares after watching this movie.
Nah. I had nightmares about everything else. So
Okay. Well, for me, this was a definite, and I'm probably where I saw a lot of my other movies was at other friends' houses, but this one they brought over to my house because my parents were gone or something like that. It's like, oh, here's we rented Robocop, let's watch it, and just remember sitting in front of the TV and just being just horrified at ED3 when he didn't shut down.
ED3?
What? Oh, what did I say? ED3? I'm sorry. Ed 209.
There you go.
There, wrong.
Different
wrong.
robot.
Yeah, whatever. yeah. Ed 209 didn't shut down in the boardroom meeting, and that always stuck with me. He put the gun down. He's defenseless. I don't know why that just really always struck a tone with me, and just the noise. And now seeing as an adult, I see, it roars, it squeals like a pig, but not understanding as a kid, it's just loud, angry, kicking the crap out of Robocop later on, all these things, just wow. So that scene with Ed 209, boom, always in my brain. Do you have any scenes that really just stuck out?
The big scenes that I always liked were the commercial breaks, because it wasn't like I wasn't picking up on the funny, but I was picking up on this is slightly off.
It's off. It's not real.
And you're seeing something that looks like something but is drastically different.
Yep.
You're like, okay. I think for me it was a combination tone that I really picked up on. The science fiction along with the darker, almost nihilistic kind of view that started, I think for me, it got bred into me that science fiction needs to be more like this, more like a Shadowrun, more like a cyberpunk kind of, where it's not the happy future, it's usually the darker future.
And in movies now, that is really where most science fiction has gone. It's not the Star Trek utopia future. It's fight underground resistance fighting the man, whatever, all that. But that's what this movie really is. I didn't pick up on any of that as a kid. And just the other big scene is the toxic Avenger scene. I mean, we'll get to it later on, but
yeah,
that's holy shit.
I think that probably would be the closest thing to horror memory out of this.
Yeah,
just because of seeing what happens.
It's just such a gory movie, and I had not been exposed to that at that point. I think this might have been like the one that did it, and then horror movies here and there. But I had not seen any slasher movies.
I had teenage sisters
that helps you out
that loved the 80s horror movies and everything else. So I was well worked into that, and I knew this was not horror.
You got desensitized
yes,
earlier on, and
so.
This was my introduction. Oh my god, they're showing this. What? Hold it.
And now let's compare that to what we see in PG-13 movies today. It's worse. This is
PG-13 lets things go now. Yeah, in violence at least. Yes.
And this is R because of violence and gore.
Yeah. Yes. It's not. There's really nothing too sexual about it.
Nope.
And
I mean, there are chests, but not many.
There wasn't any nudity in this.
Yeah, there was.
There was?
Yeah.
I watched the rated X version, which just shows a little bit more violence.
There's like one shot when they pan through the...
oh, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That's nothing.
No, it's not. It is nothing.
Because it wasn't gratuitous.
No,
that's
it
why.
wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then the other scene, obviously, Murphy being tortured or killed.
Yeah.
Death. That also stuck with me because... as a kid, he's the hero. My God.
Yeah, and this must line up with the whole the hero cannot get hurt.
It does in my kid brain of heroes can't get hurt. Well, Superman can't get injured that badly. It's just a weird thing I had
until Superman takes on Robocop.
And jeez. Well, Superman now, like the modern Henry Cavill Superman, where he just murders everyone and has 9/11s all the time. Gonna 9/11 you, Robocop. Aren't you, Superman, a good guy? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna break your neck. Anyway, I'm not a fan of Man of Steel or the.
So that's Jim Caviezel.
DC. Not Jim Caviezel. What did I say?
I was gonna say. I was like
Henry Cavill.
Okay.
I said Henry Cavill.
No,
it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, that's the wrong guy. Jesus isn't Superman.
Yeah. Okay, won't get into DC movies.
Well, this is a DC product basically now.
It is now?
I thought it was like a Dark Horse product, so therefore was...
No, that's just the comics.
The comics, yeah.
Yeah, they're not tied together. Robocop doesn't hang out with Wonder Woman.
That you know of.
Which was a really good movie, by the way. Have you seen Wonder Woman? That's a great
movie. I thought you meant like Robocop versus Wonder Woman was a really good movie. No, but I have not seen Wonder Woman.
You should go watch
yet.
Wonder Woman. It's amazing.
Okay.
Good movie. Speaking of good movies, Robocop.
Yes.
So, 1987... opens and we're in shitty Detroit,
which is actually
Dallas. And that's the other thing about this movie, just how much it was looking into the future of what actually happened. Detroit under siege, no funding, going bankrupt, corporations coming in. It's all real
for the most part. For the most part,
and there's a Robocop statue.
There is, which is awesome.
Or it's in the process. I thought that they kickstarted
it. got crowd sourced.
Even Peter Weller wanted or gave it his endorsement to it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a hero,
awesome.
Robocop
starts off city shot, and it's like helicopter shot over the city, and the big, thick, bold letters of Robocop come up really fast.
Yeah, right away.
And they're like steel letters and big block embossed. And then they zoom past you, and as they do that, they turn to like static on the inside. But yeah, it gives a cue to other images that you're going to see.
Yeah, and the fake news starts right away. Then, was that Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight as one of the news?
It could have been. I don't know. It was Media Break. Mm-hmm. What I loved about Media Break and still love is that actually I didn't pick up on it as a kid, but the satire seeped in these segments are so spot on.
It's great because they move on. So I can't remember what the first one was. They're talking about like someone has a neutron bomb.
And they're using it on their own town because they need to quell the violence.
Something like that. There's civil or there's civil war in South America somewhere, and America's invaded, and there's just this. But the way that they're reading it is, this happened, and now on to the next story.
The peace platform, and but they're working on the peace platform is the Star Wars project, but like anime style, so like people go up to this platform and fire the giant laser, and
all that stuff.
But it's called the peace platform, which is hilarious.
I think they called it the Star Wars project. So if you don't know or remember, in the 80s, there was a whole plan from President Reagan to have this satellites with lasers on them called Star Wars, and if Russia shot a
ICBM,
a nuclear missile at us, it would intercept and blow it up in our atmosphere first, and then having radiation drizzle down upon all of us,
disseminated.
It never happened because we couldn't figure out the lasers.
You don't know. There could be tons of lasers up there right now.
I suppose so, but.
And then it goes into a commercial break for the Heart Center.
Oh, yeah, getting a new heart. And get a young, new, energetic, awesome robot
this
heart. This
screwed with my head as a kid because then he talks about getting a new heart and then holds up this machine that would physically replace your heart. And me as kid goes, oh, so that's what a pacemaker is, basically. I associated that with like pacemakers. And it took me a few good years until someone else made the same mistake, and then we're like laughed at and shot down and being told something else. I was like, well, thank God I didn't say anything.
Well, you didn't know. Yeah.
I was a kid. Those hearts look freaking awesome, though.
And the idea that cyborg stuff in this future was you can buy it if you have the money, if you are part of the elite.
And they treated healthcare like a used cars lot.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
come on down.
Great satire and commentary again.
Mm-hmm. I think we have an OCP commercial next with Dick Jones or something.
No, it's a news segment. They go back to the media break and they talk about OCP, which is Omni Consumer Products.
That's important. They do all the stuff. Later on, Dick Jones gives a little dumb speech.
Yeah, and it's him doing a little talk back with the media break, talking about how they're now running the police for old Detroit to...
they've been hired, basically.
Yeah, because the regular police is not being run right. Or they don't really get into how they got to where they are.
It's just lack of funding, I think.
Yeah.
And then they stepped in and said, we'll take care of the problem.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be clear out all the crime so that these millions of workers that are going to come in and build Delta City will be safe.
They're buying up old Detroit blocks, or city blocks, and they're going to build a new utopian Delta City that is run by a corporation, OCP.
Yep.
And Dick Jones is being played by Ronnie Cox. And have you ever seen this actor always plays scumbag assholes in almost every movie he's in, except the only one I can think of is he's the chief of police in Beverly Hills Cop. That's the only time he plays a good guy. In TV shows, he's always an asshole. Senator becomes, in like Stargate, he becomes a president of the United States. He's just a complete dickhole.
Yeah.
In Total Recall, he's an asshole. He's great at being a smarmy piece of shit.
Stick with what you know.
And that's what he does in this movie. A suited asshole.
And then after the OCP stuff, they talk about Clarence Boddicker, which is Red from that
Foreman,
70s show.
My father.
And they talk about how he's killing officers, but they're treating it like, this guy is wanted for this, a few cops killed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But Frank is in the hospital and he's doing all right. Hang in there, Frank.
Hang in there, Frankie.
And again, it's kind of like one of those things where this is foresight of how news is handling violence for the American public right now. It's becoming that. It's not there yet.
It's getting there.
It's getting there to where 30 officers were killed and there's one left alive. You got it, man. Stick with it.
He's good. Yeah, we're all pulling for you, Frank. We actually don't give a shit.
Yeah,
of course not. Oh, the lady reporter or anchor. Her name is Lisa Gibson. She was on Entertainment Tonight. That's when
the name sounds familiar. Yeah.
All right. Well, I just wanted to clear my conscience on that, and I had to look that up. I guess it wasn't Mary Hart.
Yeah,
she has sexier legs. So I'm told.
You wouldn't be able to see them under the desk.
That's right. This is before the Fox News figured out how to get those legs out there. Front and center.
But now they can wear pants again.
Fox News anchorettes, because they're not real people. They're just legs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're allowed to wear pants again.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I read an article because one lady decided to wear pants and was basically not treated very well for wearing pants on air.
The whole point of them is to all look exactly the same, agree with whatever thing you have to say, and then show your legs in a skirt.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
We go down to the police station, which to me is our introduction of some of the great sets we get to see in this movie.
Rundown.
They're great because they are real and there's nothing special about them.
Not at all. It's the idea of the movie is a little bit futuristic, but this is just rundown.
Yeah, this is the kind of future where everybody wants something but doesn't want to pay for it kind of future.
Yes. Like we said before, if you have the money to get that heart, you can get it, but most people don't, so you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Does it say that this is in the future?
Not really.
I think it's kind of implied that.
It's implied.
I mean, looking at it now, back then, 1987, it was futuristic feel to it.
Yeah.
But now it's a little bit, but not too much, because it is a little bit dated with some of the things. Yeah. But I think it does a pretty good job, though.
When I watch this, I consider it a future movie.
I do, too, I think. Yeah, you're right.
Even though when you see things, you're like, obviously, this is hangovers from the 70s, what you're seeing.
A little bit here and there, yeah.
But, yeah.
Especially the TVs.
The TVs
are still old. I mean,
some of the designs of the stores and stuff.
Yep, and the cars. But okay, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I love the car.
Oh, yeah.
So we get introduced to annoying lawyers being all sleazy with the sergeant, who is also an awesome character who's very underrated in this movie.
He plays it straight.
Oh, perfect. He's not in a science fiction movie. He's in a gritty cop movie.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. He is in a gritty cop war, precinct under siege type, community. He's just trying to do his best with what he can, and he does. Yeah. Exactly. He plays it straight, and that's what the movie. Why it's so freaking good is. Most of the people in this movie know what it's about, like know what tone, what the director was trying to do.
Yeah, no one is under any sort of play it big.
Yeah, overacting or
you're balancing out these crazy robots with reality. Yeah. And I think that they handled that very well. Mm-hmm. And then you get introduced to Murphy because he's just transferring in from like the suburbs to Detroit, and they're like, "Really, you wanted to come here? Well, welcome to hell."
Yeah. Okay. Well, suit up right away. Yeah. You don't have a choice. Get going. Yeah, and the whole police station is in chaos. There's people, prostitutes, and going about, and then I think they go in the locker room, and that's where
they walk basically one single shot across the station. So you go through all these like maze of hallways and rooms and fenced-in areas, and you end up in the locker room where they're going to go suit up right away. Mm-hmm. And
it's co-ed, and that's something I noticed. Like, at least this is a Paul Verhoeven movie, and he did the same thing in Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Whatever. Everybody's on the same team. You change and shower together, and it's not sexualized at all. It's just we're putting on my armor now, putting on my uniform.
Exactly. So they kind of talk about certain issues that are going on. And you hear a little bit of how someone kind of just off the cuff mentions that they should strike because they're not being funded.
Yeah.
And that's
we're getting killed out there. We should go on strike.
Yeah. And the sergeant comes back in from the opposite side of the room. So he ran all the way around the building. And he comes in with his little, personal assistant.
Holding the box. Yep.
And they empty out a gentleman's locker because
Frank's locker because he passed away.
So he didn't pull through.
He didn't pull through, little buddy.
So it kind of introduces you to the fact that everyone sees it. They're like, yeah, it's mandatory. Anyone off duty shows up to his funeral. Anyone on duty doesn't have to worry about it. But this is happening every day. Every day someone's locker is getting cleaned out. and you can kind of feel that vibe.
The feel of the rotation of just cops getting killed, and get a new body in. Mm-hmm. That's Murphy.
So then the sergeant addresses the people talking about striking.
It was just that one guy with the pot belly.
Was that one guy?
It was the one Italian guy with the mustache and pot belly. He was the one like, hey, strike.
He's like, we don't strike. We're public servants.
We're cops.
We're cops.
We're cops, damn it.
We're not plumbers.
Yeah.
Get out there and do your jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that kind of struck me listening to that speech this time and seeing the movie is they kind of have maybe not a plumber look, but at least a cleaning crew kind of look. They have a jumpsuit and some, like, the body armor is whatever. But they kind of come across as custodians to me in this film, to which I don't know if they were trying to base off of that, saying that their funding kind of puts them on the level of plumbers being expected to do the job of a cop kind of a thing. That's where I kind of started reading into that this time around because their uniforms are not police uniforms.
Or the idea that they're just blue collar.
It could be,
That I don't know. I guess I didn't look into it that deeply for that point, I guess. But
I love digging into things and making stuff up.
Yeah, maybe you are making it up. Maybe it works. But
anything I say that's like deep meaning could be total BS.
Deep meaning. But does Murphy actually put his name in that guy's locker? It is a different one. Okay,
he has a different locker, and I don't see him ever put his name on the locker. So
Murphy's being played by Peter Weller.
Yes,
of
Peter Weller
of Robocop fame. Then they go out, and she's like, "All right, time to meet your new partner." And where is she? And there she is. She's
kicking the crap out of people in the lobby.
She gets punched a couple times and kicks the crap out of the guy who was trying to run away or whatever that they had arrested. And how you doing? All right, we meet up. And I've never seen her. It's Lewis is her last name, but played by Nancy Allen. And I've never seen her in anything else besides RoboCop either. No. And I really like her.
Yeah,
I thought she's great. And watching this again, I wish she would have done more stuff. She's great. Same with Peter Weller. Exactly. I wish your career would have been bigger than just RoboCop. But.
Yeah. The best choice of the movie is having a female partner, but in the story it doesn't change. They're always partners through the whole movie.
Partners.
There's no love story, and I hate the fact that in the past 10 to 15 to 20 years, they always shoehorn love stories in every movie just about. And
you're right. And they would usually say, there would be a dumb line or something like, "You're tough for a lady." There's none of that here. It's, here's your partner. Okay, he didn't make a smart. He didn't say, "Oh, a lady, can you handle yourself?"
Yeah,
he said something like, "Hey, you got some nice moves over there, kicking that crap out of that guy." All right.
And at no point when he does try to like be all like cop awesome, he doesn't do it in a way of, "I'm a man, you're a lady."
I mean, when they go down to get in the car, he has to drive.
Yeah.
But that's just because he says something like, I gotta break in my new partner. And I like to drive. Yeah. That's just something that he likes to do.
As you said, it has nothing to do with...
Nope. He doesn't say some line like, "Because ladies don't know how to do a proper U-turn."
And Starship Troopers doesn't do that either.
Nope. Maybe Paul Verhoeven has something to say. But what I do like is we see the future car. The future police car in matte black, a Ford Taurus LX. Goddamn Ford Taurus! I mean, you see it now and you just think, what a shitty car. But back then in 1987, that was a brand new design. Because we talked about design from the 70s. Cars were still looking from the 70s, even in the mid 80s. So when this design came out, they snatched it up and said, "Oh, this will fit in our sci-fi future movie." So all the police cars are Ford Tauruses.
I don't even think about it that way because they're the police cars from RoboCop.
Yep,
That's
they are.
All
it's
they
a very
are.
Distinct look, and
matte black, no shine to them whatsoever. They bottom out all the time.
As soon as Murphy gets in the car, he speeds out of the ramp, the parking ramp, and the muffler hits the bottom.
Yeah.
That's his signature, though. He does that.
Yep, only him.
Only Murphy does.
From there, we end up in OCP headquarters watching the young guys go up the elevator, going to their board meeting, and they're hungry to climb up the corporate ladder with their ideas.
Yeah, yuppie culture.
Yeah.
Idea.
And they managed to squeak in some information about the Ed 209 robot, about how it's not going so well.
Yeah, the other project man, or the vice president, Dick, he's in charge of whatever, and yeah, the Ed 209 design that he has is just not working out at all.
Yeah. They mentioned, I don't remember exactly what they said, but like at least 2 times it failed in certain
whatever tests they had.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yep.
They go up, we gather at the board meeting. The owner of the OCP company is there, and the old man wants to talk about.
That's his name.
Yeah. He wants to talk about Delta City. Here's the timetables. This is how it's going to be good.
Yeah, like 6 months, right? They want to have this all done.
I thought that's when they wanted to start.
Oh, okay.
Because they have to clean out
they got to clean out old first. Detroit. Yeah.
So they're expecting to do that, and then he introduces Dick Jones. Dick Jones talks about all the wank, we do all this stuff.
Oh, yeah, we do. We help people. And he even says, we do nonprofit things like prisons.
Right.
And that line stuck with me. Is nonprofit prisons? Fuck you. That's a huge business in America. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. They're making millions of dollars for prisons. And
very forward thinking. And on the TVs behind them, they list all the stuff that they do.
Yes.
And it's like everything that is huge moneymakers. Military, medical.
All of it.
Prisons.
OCP does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have their fingers in all these things that are maybe not in the forefront, but they're huge moneymakers. And then he talks about how they're going to clear out old Detroit, and they bring in Ed 209, which, as a kid, is one of the probably scarier robots.
It's scary because they use stop motion animation to make it move because of, that was a technology at the time, and just that jerky movement is intimidating. And it's an intimidating looking robot too, on its ostrich legs, arm cannons, and has no eyes, just has that, I guess, like it's not a cockpit or something in the front, but its head, whatever it is, and when it walks out.
I want to know what they make their floors out of to support that.
I was thinking that too later on when it comes. Damn, just how much does a Ed weigh?
Well, I watched the special feature about making the effects, and they said basically if you push hard enough, you could knock the practical standstill unit over, because it's all wood and stuff like that.
And that's what's great is they have an actual model or actual Ed standing there, full size, and then you stop motion, and when it cuts back, then it's...
And it was really good integration of stop motion. I was waiting to judge how bad it looked, and in this boardroom shot, it looked good. When
the HD version, they cleaned it up, so because you're looking at rear projection of what they shot of the boardroom, it's still a little fuzzy, and
I watched this on my DVD copy, so I didn't get to see the cleaned up version.
I was actually, that's when I stopped. I realized, I realized I was watching the wrong version, and I wasn't watching the HD cleaned up version.
Oh, yeah, because he only, shoots 4 times instead of 40?
Yep. But I noticed it does not look, in my opinion, it doesn't look good here.
That's why sometimes when you have these older movies that depend on special effects, you need to keep the grit. You can't clean them up too much.
No, when it got cleaned up, it looked better.
You just told me it didn't.
No, when I watched the wrong version, which wasn't HD, it didn't look good. It looked really blurry. And then the cleaned up version, I thought they did a pretty good job of fixing it as best as they possibly could with it.
And I don't think we've stated that. Yeah, you said you watched the X-rated version, which is the...
And then that's when I realized, because, what happens next?
Yeah, I was watching my 20th anniversary DVD collection.
Sure.
So it's, I don't know how old now, probably 10 years now, maybe? No.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. Robocop is 30 years old. My God.
So, yeah. I can imagine it can look a little bit better.
Okay.
So, they're going to do a demonstration about how Ed 209 can work as a police unit before they ship it out across the world to be a military unit across the world, which
Yep.
Pick up on that.
And that's
it's going to be a police force here in our own country, in one of our own cities, to test, and then be shipped out as a military tool. It's the almost exact reverse of what's happening, where the military I got extra stuff. You want it? Hell yeah, we want to use it on our civilians.
Yeah, we have a bloated military budget. We have all these extra things. Here, give it to the police so then they can be a military force in our own cities. Wait a minute. But yeah, and that's Dick's intention right away is, we're just going to clean up those ghettos with these robots, and then we're going to make a huge profit in the military, and we'll murder everybody with these things. It's going to be awesome. Let's do a demonstration.
Let's test these murder bots out in front of everybody.
Let's test this murder bot out, which it is a murder bot. And he goes over, opens up this awesome little box that has a huge. Well, it's a
Desert Eagle.
It's a Desert Eagle,
but it's like not platinum, but it's just shiny silver.
It's
chrome plated. It looks cool, but
And they
who
say,
needs that?
Hey, Executive Kenny, who was you.
He's a young guy. He's one of these.
He was in the elevator.
Yeah, it ties into these young guys coming up. I'm going
to press
eager.
The boss. Yeah, sure, I'll stand there. Here, give the gun. Now, he make a threatening motion with the gun. He points it at Dick. No, at Ed 209. Points at him, and then the voice of this machine. It stands up a little bit. Goes. You have 30 seconds to lay down the weapon. Everyone kind of laughs nervously in the boardroom.
And they chuckle.
Throws the gun on the ground. And they're like, "See, I did it. Huh? That's cool." It takes a step forward. I think it growls like a lion roar. Roar! You have 20 seconds to comply. Oh fuck! And now it's a countdown to death. Panic everywhere.
Yeah.
Pull the switches. Pull the board because they have other scientist people there that don't know how to. They're trying to pull the cord on the power source or whatever, and the memory of this thing, and it's counting down. It's tracking him with his huge arm guns. They push Kenny away from everyone else because he's trying to get help from someone. They push him, and he goes right in front of the little model of Delta City and gets blown away a lot in the best version.
In the like the director's cut.
The director's cut, we'll call it. It was X-rated back in the 80s.
Yeah, it would be average now.
And it is. Oh, I was watching a review of someone else, and they showed that clip, and it's in the director's cut entirety on YouTube. So yeah, things have changed nowadays.
Yeah,
with violence.
So the Ed 209 just unloads, like I said, about 40 shots into this guy. He gets lifted up, thrown backwards on top of the model of Delta City.
And Delta City was pure white buildings and everything.
And just now dead body, blood everywhere, all over it. Yep. And until it basically powers off because they managed to pull.
They pulled the plug on it or something.
Whatever they did. And to me, it's just like, once again, this movie pulls off great imagery that has deep meaning to it.
Yeah. And it's great. Yeah, and the blood packets on this guy just flying everywhere.
Oh yeah.
People are screaming, and then the best line afterwards is, "Somebody call a goddamn paramedic." Like, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
My God, he's dead. Yeah, there's smoke coming out of Ed 209's guns. Just
and the owner of
the old
OCP
man is pissed off.
So angry about this.
Yeah.
And Dick Jones replies with, "It's just a minor malfunction.
Don't worry about it.
We'll work it out.
We got this. I mean, yeah, it killed it didn't listen to our instructions whatsoever, but we'll fix it. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, and that's ties into the overarching message of nobody cares about human life in this movie for the most part.
Not at all. Yeah, because then the another department head swoops on in. I think his name is Bob. I really never got his name, but
because it's not necessary. He's just the young upcomer.
He's the up and comer guy. And he says, "Oh, old man, hey, President, the Ed 209 obviously doesn't work, but I have my own project, the Robocop project, and it's almost ready. We just need a candidate. If you would," he gets the boss's ear right away. Like, okay, yeah, tell me more about this. Awesome.
Gather your people. Meet me here in 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'll talk about your Robocop project. And then they go into the elevator, and he talks to one of another guys and says, "Oh, too bad about Kenny." "Yep, basically.
But then he rants about how that's how you do it. That's how it's done.
you got to get in there, and what was this?
You see your opportunity and you move.
Dick fumbled the football, and I picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. Yeah, corporate America.
Yeah, and the thing is too is what's his name? Cox, Richard Cox.
Huh? Dick Jones?
Dick Jones.
Yeah, Ronnie Cox is the actor.
Ronnie Cox.
But Dick Jones.
You don't often see someone who's not the main person on camera emoting as much as he does. That man knows how to seethe with anger when he's not talking.
He is fuming. Yeah, that's why he's great at playing those type of characters. Just
and even the younger guy, when he's not talking either, he just gives off that oozy, like, I'm going to climb up to the top, I'm going to boot you off the top of the mountain, and I'm going to take over type of vibe in everything he does. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and I've seen the actor in a bunch of other stuff too. Just yeah. But it's such an intense scene, and that's this movie. This is going to be a little bit longer rewinder episode for us because we've got there's so many scenes that just there's so much going on in just a single scene of besides the action, what it's talking about, what it's saying. Yeah, it's just this movie is packed tight of awesome stuff, and sometimes not so awesome stuff. But
yeah. So from the boardroom, we go back out to Murphy and Lewis, where they're taking a little break,
coffee break, outside of the car.
Murphy's spinning his pistol, holstering it, spinning it, and Lewis calls it out, saying, "Hey, that's some fancy pistol work there."
Yeah.
And he talks about how he's got to impress his boy because his boy likes this TV show.
TJ Laser.
DJ Laser.
It was TJ.
Was it TJ?
Yeah, because later on in his memories, they see the kid watching it. It says TJ Laser.
Oh, yeah. I guess I just imposed a D over the T.
Doesn't matter.
Either way, yeah, it's a cheesy 70s kind of space cop show type thing.
But
his son loves it.
And he learns how to spin the gun, just like TJ Laser for his son, and holsters it like the idea of spinning it like a cowboy.
Yeah.
Even though spinning that semi-automatic pistol has got to be really hard to do because cowboys had revolvers. That's a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got a longer barrel, more weight to spin. Oh, sorry.
If they put extra weight,
he figured it out. Impress his son.
And then they get a message that there's some activity going on, and then they're like, "All right, let's go."
I don't think they know it's Red Foreman.
No.
is causing havoc.
No, they just know that there's a call, and let's go do it because Murphy's eager.
Well, yeah, they have to, and I think they call and say, "Backup not available."
Over and over again.
It's constant of, we need backup. Where's that backup? And then the other person on the line, not available. Sorry.
And it's almost like a recording on the other end.
Yes.
Like, I know it's not, but today it would be in a movie like this. It would be just a listen. I understand what you are saying. We do not have that available. It's just that whole like cold. We don't care.
Yep. Exactly.
There's nothing we can do.
There's nothing. They don't care.
So they speed after this van full of bank robbers, which is Clarence Bodiger and his gang.
Gang. A bunch of people in there.
And this is probably one of the better gangs.
Because everyone
for character purposes
has a type of character. Yeah, there's a giggly guy who's got a laugh.
Yeah.
You got guy with red hair that's kind of balding, has got a weird beard cut and leather jacket. You got the devil, Ray Wise. He played a devil on a TV show, and he's amazing. He's also in Twin Peaks as Ray Wise.
Which one is he? Is he the average looking guy?
Oh, he's handsome. He at the party. He tried kicking Robocop in the nuts.
Yeah. He was at the dance club.
He's not average. How dare you, sir?
I don't know. Compared to the other guys,
and because there's a couple other randos in there too.
Yeah.
But
I really like their crew because of how distinguishable from each other they are, except for Bobby. Poor Bobby.
Well, can you fly, Bobby?
But Murphy and Lewis are coming up on this, and they
know that it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, and that's what I like. They don't even bother. We're going to try just to pull them over, and then they'll pull over. It's a bank robbery.
Load up.
let's get ready. And what I like, I didn't notice the first time, or whatever, I noticed this time is Lewis hands Murphy her gun.
Yeah.
So he's got double pistols.
Yep.
And she's driving. He's going to stick out of the window and just start unloading.
Which you have to know going into that situation, you are underarmed.
Oh, they have our pistols. Holy shit. And then you show, Clarence Bodiger's gang, they got shotguns and rifles and
those
machine
are,
guns.
stuff that you're not going to want to just roll into and be like, hey, guys, stop.
But it's a pretty good chase fight scene. And they're not driving that fast. But you don't notice it that much because of the action.
It's not about the speed.
No.
It's about the gunfire.
Yep, definitely.
And
going around the van, and they kick the back door open of this giant van, and where'd they go? They're off to the side and then shooting at each other. Yep, hits Bobby in the legs.
And then
one of the bad guys.
So instead of get him help, it's like nope,
we're gonna use you.
Chucks him at the police car.
And that's when Clarence says, "Can you fly, Bobby?" and throws him on top of the windshield, and that ends the chase scene.
And introduces us to the next set piece, which is one of the most awesome set pieces of the movie.
Oh, the abandoned
steel
mill place.
Like,
they're on location at actual place, that abandoned whatever it is.
The Pittsburgh steel thing. I looked at the end of the movie.
That's
no,
fine.
At the end of the movie to see where it was because I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
And I assumed that's what it was an old Pittsburgh steel mill.
And in the movie they show actual buildings, but then they'll use like a matte painting. So like the OCP headquarters, the bottom part is an actual building, but then to make it bigger, they use a matte painting. But if you're not looking for it, it looks like an actual building.
All the matte paintings in this are great.
When they're going up the elevator, on the outside elevator, going up to the boardroom meeting, that's matte painting, but it looked great.
Those are the ones that look the most like
the
a
elevator
painting.
Looks a little bit wonky, but
or the elevator shots.
But
outside of that, there's plenty more matte paintings in this movie that you can't see it at all.
But the set, or I guess the scene that's coming up next in that steel mill is amazing because it's on location.
Yeah, no matte paintings.
No matte paintings anywhere. No green screens. They're actually there.
Yeah. And so they pull up there, and they all run inside the steel mill. The gang does. Yeah. So the Murphy and Lewis pull up. They're still asking for backup. You still get that robotic.
Sorry.
Nope, backup's not available. And Murphy asks, "Should we go in?"
Yeah, we have to.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. They both split up to find out where they are in this huge place.
Which...
Stay in contact, they say, but it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lewis runs into Giggly Guy.
Yep. Taking a piss.
He asks if he can zip up before she arrests him.
She looks at his
She looks, and he gets the jump on her.
Yep. Punches her a couple times. She falls onto something hard, and he thinks he killed her.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. But she's just got the wind knocked out of her. She's knocked out for a little bit. Yep. But then Murphy thinks he gets the jump on two other jackasses.
Yeah, and he ends up, I think, shooting one of them.
Yeah, he gets a jump on them, and one of them, they're back. Put your hands on your head, type of thing. Guy reaches for a gun, shoots that guy, and then the guy with the bad beard, like bald. I'll just call him.
He's kind of like a biker guy.
I'll say biker guy, balding redhead.
Yeah,
yeah, and he isn't too worried because
he knows
that the rest of his gang is around. They all get the drop on Murphy. And all shotguns. They cock their shotguns, and Murphy is fucking surrounded. And it's oh no, Pitt, your stomach starts to turn because he is fucked.
Yeah,
because he's got bad people,
and that's where it turns into where he's basically surrendered because there's nothing he can do.
Oh, no, he's screwed. He knows it.
His best bet is to just draw out time. See if Lewis can come in, or if that backup, which isn't going to come, come and help him. And that's when Clarence Bodiger starts showing up.
Red Foreman being son of a bitch. Now, I mean, okay.
Hold on. And I jumped over one major portion.
Oh,
when he walked in on the two guys, they're watching the "I'll buy that for $1" guy. which I still haven't quite figured out the meaning behind that show, other than
it's Benny Hill. If
yeah,
you know who,
yeah, it's Benny Hill. But I also took it to I was stretching to try and find the purpose of where they put this and
what, you're looking for deeper meaning
and how they used it, and I still haven't quite figured it. My BS abilities aren't quite there.
Okay, all right.
But when I come up with something, I'll tell you.
Well, I think it's just to show that people in this stupid, terrible future have really bad taste in comedy.
That's where I was kind of going with it. Was
that it's just I guess to say because their real life is so shitty and terrible that even this really bad sitcom that the jokes, why would the jokes land at all? All it is this funny looking guy with glasses and a mustache hanging around big breasted babes.
Yeah.
And just then looks at the camera, well, I'd buy that boob for $1, basically. Or whatever it is. I'd buy that for $1 is his catchphrase. And it's so simple that everyone will laugh at it because it's just
everyone does.
And everyone does because it takes them. I'd say this is my bullshit thing going. It takes them out of their shitty life. Like, oh, it's just so simple. They don't have to worry about the complicated life of. Yeah. Am I going to get murdered by this gang? Do I have to get in the gang to feed my family?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So there. I bullshitted out of my mouth live. All over my microphone.
I'm good.
So I'm gonna
clean.
Yes, you take over. I'm gonna clean up my microphone.
And it's followed up with the statement to biker guy. After he shoots the first one who tries to fight back, he tells the biker guy, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me."
Oh yeah, great line. But then I forgot that line.
Yep, that's important.
It's very important. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Okay, so then we fast forward to when Clarence Bodiger shows up, and he's gonna toy with Murphy for a bit.
Yeah, you see that shit-eating grin on his face, and you know that he's gonna fuck around. And yeah, I wanted to say before is we call him Red Foreman because that Kurtwood Smith played Red Foreman in that '70s show, and in that '70s show, he dresses like my father because my father still dresses like that in plaid. Short sleeve shirts tucked into his jeans and a belt. So, and my dad is balding and wears glasses. And so now I see this a little bit like my father. As a kid, I didn't, but now I see I don't know if I could see my dad completely going this crazy. I wouldn't, but anyway.
Never know.
There. Sorry.
So, and then he gets the line of, "Cops don't like me, so I don't like cops."
Yeah, we had established that he's a well-known cop killer.
Yeah. And that's when he steps down on Murphy's arm and starts doing the no.
Well, what I like is before that he walks up to Murphy face to face, and they have these helmets on. Little shields, and he takes it off and he puts it on biker guy's head, who just stands there, and he's just walking around him, just checking out, like, oh, you're some sort of tough cop all here by yourself. Where's your backup, tough cop? And then that's when Giggle says, "Oh, I took care of her. She's dead.
She was sweet.
She was sweet." Giggle, and yep. So that way Murphy knows. Oh,
yeah, she's not coming.
She's not coming to save me. And then he hits Murphy's knees, so he goes down, and then that's when they kick him down to the ground, and then
steps on his hand, starts doing the no, and shoots his hand off.
Yeah, just the way he's holding that shotgun at him, he's aiming like, oh, where am I going to shoot you? Is it going to be your chest, your head? Oh, let's just torture you and shoot your hand off.
Which in the director's cut version,
because they're extending the violence of him,
shows more of the stump gore.
Yep,
which I'm kind of glad as a kid they didn't include stump gore in the theatrical cut because I don't know how I would have felt about that.
But for me, my kid brain made it way worse seeing the original version, not this version, the extended.
Because you still see the hand blow up.
You see the hand blow up, then he looks at it, and in the director's cut, you see Stumpy gore as he's looking at it, and he's in shock. Yeah. His hand is gone and pain.
And then he releases Murphy to the other guys
who take care of him.
Who joke a little bit and then just unload on him.
Yeah, Murphy tries to stand up and to look around as he's in shock, and then they're just unloading on him. This row of them like a execute like a shooting gallery or whatever I'm trying to say.
And my original time when I watched this version, I thought that they just went on and on and on.
It seems that way though.
If you're not prepared for it, it feels like it goes on for a way
They're
long
just
time.
shooting him, and at this time, Lewis has gotten up. She hears them talking. She gets there too late, but she's able to see like from behind like a chain link fence or something like that. That she sees Murphy and it's his hands in the air, or at least just one hand in the air, and he's just going, ah! He's just screaming, getting shot.
Well,
but he's not dead.
No, he even gets an arm blown off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that arm with the hand is gone now, so he only has one arm left. Mm-hmm. He's still alive because he has a bulletproof vest on, and they're shooting him with shotgun shells. They're shooting with buckshot, so it's not penetrating the.
But it's just pounding.
It's pounding the hell out of him. Yeah, so that's why he's just not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking A.
And it's they have the type of shotguns that hold at least
it's movie,
8 to 12 rounds
it's
per
movie
shotgun.
Shotguns. Normally they're on 5 to 6.
Yeah, and they have a lot, so they unload for quite some time with shotguns. And he's still alive. So Clarence is like, "All right, playtime's over," and pistol to the head, shoot him, but it's off to the side.
Yep, it's not direct shot. It's upright, and then it falls down, and you see blood shoot out the side, and you see part of his brain. They all leave, like, all right, let's leave. That was fun. Yeah. Then Lewis comes on in. Oh.
And somehow they get medevaced pretty easily, but couldn't get back up. But you can get medevaced on the spot.
Well, they're being run by a different corporation, not the police. Yeah. So
it's a collection of shots showing him.
And this is really good cinematography, in my opinion.
The whole concept of this montage shot process is really good. Going from him reliving key moments in his life, the medical staff, which came across as very real to me.
Very real, except some of them weren't wearing gloves, which I started noticing, because he gets medevaced, and now the camera is just right on his face. You just see his blue eyes staring. And there's nothing there. He's not blinking. He's just he's basically dead. But then you go into a POV shot through Murphy's eyes as he's seeing that he's being brought into the emergency room. You're watching through him that he's seeing the doctors working on him, and that's what I really like. It was. You're right that it would probably maybe real medical people there, because they said is okay. Let's do this. All right, this it was very. Not panicking and just, okay, now let's try this. All right, that's not working. Okay, let's try this now.
Yeah, which shows that they're practiced at trying to rehab people in this state. Mm-hmm.
But you're right, then at the same POV, then it goes to he's reliving his life because he's dying.
And they don't show everything. Nope. They go through family, last moment, his family,
getting
shot, and when he gets that last bullet to the head, that's...
Yeah, he sees Clarence pointing the pistol at him, and then hit, and then he falls down to the ground.
Flatlining.
The camera falls on the ground. Yep.
They shock him a few times. Yeah, his vision is out and gone, and all you can do is you can hear things at the end and...
Call it, tweak. Yeah, there's nothing else you can do.
Then it's gone.
Yep, and then awesome restart. Because there's still POV, and then the camera is being turned on, and now it's... Worse vision. There's lines everywhere because you're basically looking at a older TV. You see the lines going across, and he's still laying down, but he's somewhere else now.
Yep.
All right, he's waking up, and we have an idea that he's probably Robocop. We haven't seen it yet. We're not all the way through with this movie yet, so we're going to actually make this a two-parter because this movie is big. It means a lot to us, so we're going to go ahead and make this a two-parter, if you're okay with that.
Are you okay with that?
I'm definitely okay, because we have so much more to talk about Robocop. We might make this a three-parter. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm surprised how much we just got him kind of waking up, being reborn in a way. But, So stay tuned for part 2. If you could rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get us, that would be greatly appreciated. You could like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at RewindersPod. Or you can email us at therewinderspodcast@gmail.com. So we'll come back next week with part 2 of Robocop.
Part 2.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.